The city sleeps, only the hospital lights cut through the darkness. An ambulance arrives in silence. The sound of the heart monitor echoes in room 312. Beep, beep, beep. Sofia Santos, only 8 years old, sleeps among tubes and wires. A worn teddy bear rests in her fragile arms. Rafael Santos, a 42-year-old financial analyst, watches through the hallway glass. His hands tremble, holding a manila envelope. Dr. Mendez approaches, impeccable lab coat, grave expression. Rafael, we need to talk. Rafael doesn't take his eyes off Sofia. The tests, they're not good. Her heart is deteriorating faster than expected. How long? 6 weeks, maybe less. Rafael closes his eyes. The world collapses. There's a possibility, heart transplant, but how much? 300,000 just for the surgery, with medications, hospitalization, follow-up. We're talking about $500,000. Rafael's voice comes out broken. $500,000. Rafael, I know it's a lot, but there are alternatives. Loans, raffles, online campaigns. With my 6,000 salary, doctor, not even in 10 lifetimes could I manage it. Sofia stirs in bed. Rafael enters the room. Daddy. Her voice is weak. Rafael forces a smile. Hi, princess. How are you feeling? Tired. But I dreamed I was flying. Where to? To a place where I could run without getting out of breath. Rafael holds her hand, fighting back tears. In the hallway, Carmen Santos arrives running. A 38-year-old teacher, hair pulled back, simple clothes. How is she? Rafael hugs her, whispering in her ear, 6 weeks, Carmen, 6 weeks. Carmen collapses in her husband's arms. The next morning, in the Santos family's simple apartment, lower middle class, photos of a healthy Sofia are scattered throughout the house. Rafael drinks coffee looking at bills spread on the table. Carmen comes downstairs, eyes red from crying. The school gave me 2 more weeks off. And then we'll see. The phone rings. Rafael answers. Hello? The voice on the other end is charismatic. Rafael, Eduardo Millennium. How are you, my friend? Rafael straightens up. Eduardo Millennium, CEO of the construction company, 45 years old. Mr. Eduardo, good morning. I need to see you today. I have a proposal that will change your life. The Millennium construction building is mirrored, imposing. A giant billboard proclaims, Millennium, building dreams, transforming lives. In the elevator, Rafael goes up nervously, adjusting his tie. Other well-dressed executives surround him. Eduardo's office is luxurious, with a panoramic view of the city. Eduardo, in an expensive suit with a salesman's smile, examines a dossier. Rafael Santos, 15 years with the company, never late, never a complaint, exactly what I'm looking for. Thank you, Mr. Eduardo. Call me Eduardo. We're a family here. Eduardo gets up, goes to the window. See that construction over there? Esperanza Residential. 1,000 families who left renting for the dream of home ownership. It's a beautiful project, and you can be part of even bigger projects. Financial manager, Rafael. 18,000 salary, premium health plan for the whole family. Rafael almost chokes. 18,000. Just to start. In 6 months, if everything goes well, 25,000. Eduardo returns to the desk, pulls out a thick contract. Of course, the responsibility will be greater. You'll have access to all our financial systems. Total trust. I don't know what to say. Say you accept. Your daughter needs you now more than ever. Rafael freezes. How does Eduardo know about Sofia? Eduardo notices the reaction. Rafael, in a family company, we all know each other's problems, and we all help each other. Eduardo opens a drawer, takes out a check. 3-month advance. 54,000 reais. Rafael looks at the check as if it were a miracle, so you can focus on what really matters, your family. In the car, Rafael drives in shock, the check on the passenger seat. He calls Carmen. Carmen, It's Raphael. So, how did it go? I got it. Financial manager. 18,000 a month. Carmen screams with joy on the other end. My God, Raphael. And there's more. He gave me an advance. 54,000. Silence on the other end. And Sophia's going to be okay, Raphael. Our little girl is going to be okay. At the hospital, Raphael enters room 312 excitedly. Sophia is awake, drawing. What are you drawing, princess? Our family. Look, you're wearing a nice tie. In the drawing, 3 stick figures smile. Sophia drew herself in the middle, without the tubes. Very nice. And why am I wearing a tie? Because you got the new job. I heard Mommy talking to Grandma on the phone. Raphael is surprised. And you think that's good? Of course, now you can buy me a new heart. Raphael laughs, but his eyes fill with tears. It doesn't quite work that way, love. I know. But now we have hope, right, Daddy? Raphael hugs her. Now we have hope. A week later, in the archive room of Millennium Construction, Raphael works alone at night, analyzing financial reports, numbers on the computer screen. He stops, frowns. Something doesn't add up. That's strange, he murmurs to himself. He opens another file, then another. The pattern repeats. Discrepancies in material costs. His phone rings. It's Carmen. Hi, honey. Are you coming for dinner? Sophia is asking for you. I'm on my way. Just a few more minutes. Raphael, you're working too much. Ever since you started there. It's important, Carmen. I need to prove my worth. He hangs up and returns to the documents. He finds something that makes him pale. Altered technical specifications. Where there should be CA50 steel, it was changed to CA25. Where there should be ready-mix concrete, it was changed to conventional. The next day, Raphael drives to Esperanza Residential, the complex Eduardo showed from the window. Several families moving in, children playing. He stops the car, observes. A man helps his pregnant wife enter the apartment. Children run around the playground. Raphael gets out of the car, discreetly examines the structures. He notices small cracks in the exterior walls. A resident approaches. Can I help you? Raphael gets nervous. No, thank you. I was just admiring the project. It's beautiful, isn't it? 2 years saving every penny to afford the down payment. The man smiles proudly. My wife is pregnant. Our first child will be born here in our own home. Raphael forces a smile. Congratulations. In the car, Raphael types on his phone, structural problems concrete, CA25. The results haunt him. Lower resistance, more vulnerable structures. His phone rings. Dr. Mendez, Doctor? Raphael, good news. A compatible donor appeared. We can do the surgery next week. Raphael feels relieved. Really, my God. But we need payment confirmation by tomorrow. Has the new health plan been approved? Yes, doctor, everything's set. Then get ready, Raphael. Your daughter is going to get a new chance at life. That night, Raphael returns to the office. This time, he goes deeper. He uses his manager access to open restricted files. What he finds shocks him. A detailed spreadsheet showing the savings obtained with low-quality materials. Millions diverted. And worse, an internal email from Eduardo to the chief engineer. We need to deliver on time. If it's necessary to cut additional costs in materials, you have my authorization. Raphael prints everything, hundreds of pages. At dawn, Raphael arrives home and finds Carmen waiting in the kitchen. Sophia asked for you at bedtime. Raphael is distracted. Sorry, lots of work. Raphael, are you okay? Ever since you started at Millennium, I'm great. I've never been better. Carmen notices a thick folder in his hand. What's that? Raphael becomes defensive. Work. Reports. Raphael, look at me. He avoids her gaze. What's happening? Nothing, Carmen. Everything's fine. Fine? You look like you've seen a ghost. Raphael serves himself a glass of water, hands shaking. I'm just tired. Raphael. Raphael explodes. Carmen, for God's sake, everything's fine. I got the job, I got the money. Sophia's going to have surgery. What more do you want? Carmen recoils, hurt. I want my husband back. Raphael looks at her, realizes he hurt her. His voice becomes softer. I'm sorry, it's a lot of responsibility. I know, but we've always faced everything together. You're right. I'm sorry. He hugs her, but his eyes stay on the folder on the table. The next day, Eduardo is meeting with other executives when Raphael knocks on the door. Raphael, come in, come in. Guys, this is our new financial manager. The executives greet Raphael. How are the quarterly reports coming? Raphael hesitates. Actually, Eduardo, I found some inconsistencies. The atmosphere becomes tense. What kind of inconsistencies? Mainly in material costs. Some numbers don't match. Eduardo dismisses the other executives with a gesture. He changes his tone. Raphael, sit here. Eduardo closes the door. You're new here, so I'll explain how it works. Some adjustments are necessary to keep the company competitive. Adjustments. The construction market is brutal. Raphael. Tight margins. Unfair competition. Sometimes we need to be creative. Creative how? Eduardo becomes more direct. By Raphael, your daughter is hospitalized. You need this job. I need your discretion. Eduardo, if there's something wrong, Eduardo interrupts him. There's nothing wrong. There are just different ways to interpret the numbers. Eduardo goes to the window. See those families down there? They have their own homes because of our adjustments. If we did everything by maximum standards, they'd never leave renting. But if quality is compromised, Eduardo turns abruptly. Raphael, you're an intelligent man. Your daughter has surgery scheduled for this week. Your health plan depends on you being employed here. The message is clear. Eduardo returns to a friendly tone. Now, about those reports, I'm sure you'll find a way to harmonize the numbers. That afternoon, Raphael visits Sophia at the hospital. She's more animated, waiting for surgery. Daddy, tomorrow I'm going to get my new heart. Raphael forces joy. Yes, you are, princess. And then I'll be able to run like other children. You'll be able to do whatever you want. Daddy, are you sad? No, love, just a little nervous about the surgery. I'm not nervous. No, because you always do the right thing. And whoever does the right thing always turns out fine. Sophia's words echo in Raphael's mind. That night, Raphael is alone in the kitchen, laptop open. On the screen, a blank email to the federal police. Subject, Report, Fraud at Millennium Construction. His hands are on the keyboard, but he can't type. Carmen comes downstairs, still working. Raphael closes the laptop quickly, just finishing some things. Carmen notices his tension. Raphael, what's happening? After a pause, Raphael responds, Carmen, if you discovered that the company where you work is doing something wrong, something that could hurt people, what would you do? Exactly. Carmen sits beside him. It depends on how wrong it is. Very wrong. And it depends on how much you'd lose by reporting it. Everything. Literally everything. Carmen understands the gravity, including Sophia. Raphael nods. After a long pause, Carmen speaks. Raphael, if our daughter dies so others can live, she would die proud of who we chose to be. And if others die for our daughter to live, then none of us could live in peace. On the morning of surgery, Sophia is being prepared for the operation. Raphael and Carmen accompany her to the door. Daddy, see you on the other side, okay? Says Sophia. Raphael fights back tears. See you on the other side, princess. The doors close. In the waiting room, Raphael and Carmen wait. He has the laptop in his backpack. What did you decide? Asks Carmen. I haven't decided yet. His phone rings. Unknown number. Hello? Mr. Rafael Santos, this is Marina Alves from Nacional Newspaper. We're investigating irregularities at Millennium Construction. Rafael freezes. Your name was mentioned as someone who would have access to relevant information. How so? Mr. Rafael, we already have enough evidence for a story, but if you have something to add, Can I call back? Of course. But you need to know, the story goes on air tomorrow, with or without your testimony. Raphael hangs up, pale. Who was it? Asks Carmen. The press. They already know. Raphael. If they already know, Eduardo will be exposed anyway. My job, Sofia's health plan. At that moment, Dr. Mendez appears. Mr. Raphael, Mrs. Carmen, we need to talk. They stand up, apprehensive. There were complications during surgery. The heart we received had some irregularities we only discovered now. What does that mean? Asks Raphael. It means we had to abort the procedure. Sofia is stable, but still needs the transplant. The world collapses again. I'm so sorry. Later, in room 312, Sofia is awake but weak. Raphael and Carmen beside the bed. It didn't work, did it, Daddy? Her voice is weak. Not this time, Princess, but we'll try again. Daddy, even if it doesn't work, do you promise you'll keep being a hero? Why do you think I'm a hero? Because you always do what's right, even when it's hard. Raphael looks at Carmen, then at Sofia. I promise, my love, I'll always do what's right. That night, in the hospital cafeteria, Raphael is alone, laptop open. The email to the federal police on screen. He starts typing, Dear Sirs, I hereby report serious irregularities at Millennium Construction. Pause. He looks towards Sofia's room. He continues typing. As an employee of the company, I had access to documents that prove the systematic use of low-quality materials in works destined for low-income families. He attaches all the documents. I understand that this report will result in the loss of my job and, consequently, the health plan that allows treatment for my 8-year-old daughter, who urgently needs a heart transplant. However, I cannot remain silent knowing that hundreds of families live in compromised structures. He signs, Rafael Santos, father, above all. His finger hovers over send. He closes his eyes and clicks. The next morning, federal police vehicles surround the Millennium building. Eduardo is taken away in handcuffs, shouting to the cameras. This is a farce, a conspiracy against an honest businessman. In room 312, Raphael watches the news. Sofia is awake. Daddy, why is the man on TV angry? Because he did wrong things and now he has to pay for it. And you, are you going to be unemployed? Probably, Sofia thinks. Daddy, I'd rather have an unemployed hero father than a rich lying father. Raphael smiles. For the first time in weeks, a genuine smile. You're wiser than any adult I know. Is it because I'm going to die? The question catches Raphael by surprise. Why do you think you're going to die? I don't know if I'll get another heart in time. Raphael holds her hand. Sofia, look at me. Regardless of what happens, you'll always live. In my heart, in Mommy's, in the memory of all the people you've touched. That's beautiful, Daddy. And besides, I have a feeling things are going to work out. In the hallway, Dr. Mendez runs, obviously agitated. He finds Raphael. Raphael, news. Raphael becomes apprehensive. Doctor, a donor appeared, perfect heart, total compatibility. But doctor, the payment. I lost my job, the health plan. Dr. Mendez interrupts him. Raphael, a foundation got in touch. They saw your story in the press. They're going to cover all costs. What foundation? Hope Institute, created by families who were benefited by corruption reports. They help people who lose everything doing the right thing. Raphael can't speak. The surgery is this afternoon. Sofia is taken again for surgery. This time, there's real hope in her eyes. Daddy, this time it's going to work. How are you so sure? Because now you made the right choice. And when we make the right choice, the universe conspires in our favor. The doors close. In the waiting room, Raphael and Carmen wait. This time, there's peace on their faces. No matter what happens, Raphael, we did the right thing. Aren't you afraid? I am, but I'm also proud. Dr. Mendez appears, still in surgical clothes. smiling. The surgery was an absolute success. Sophia is fine, the heart is working perfectly. Raphael and Carmen hug, crying with relief. The next morning, Sophia is awake, with color in her face, breathing normally. "Daddy, I feel my heart beating strong. How do you feel?" "Like I could fly." On the room's TV, a report: families affected by construction company receive full compensation. Buildings will be demolished and rebuilt with safety standards. "Daddy, did you help all those people?" "I helped do what was right. And now you're going to recover, and we're going to live each day as if it were a gift." Sophia smiles and closes her eyes. "Daddy." "Yes? Thank you for choosing to be a hero." 6 months later, in the city park, Sophia runs freely through the park, hair in the wind, energy overflowing. Raphael pushes her on the swing. "Hiya, Daddy." "Aren't you afraid?" "No. When you do the right thing, you don't need to be afraid of anything." Carmen approaches with a picnic. "How's the new job going?" Raphael smiles. "Tax auditor isn't glamorous, but it's honest. And it's enough." Raphael stops pushing the swing and hugs the two women of his life. "It's more than enough. It's perfect." Sophia smiles, the sun shining on her healthy face while a gentle breeze moves her hair. Life, finally, smiles back at the Santos family. And Raphael learned that sometimes, when we make the right choice for the right reasons, the universe conspires so that everything works out the way it should have been from the beginning. Commit your way to the Lord, trust in Him, and He will act. Psalm 37:5.